fuck yeah, hold on, it's not a mine. Woo!
Oh, how's fucking going, everybody? Big man eating lunch, eating dinner.
Dinner, mate.
Mad Martin, you're here to save the day. Keep Dusty in line. Special guest co-host, Mad Martin. You write a few articles for the Unshackle here and there. You've done a bit of work in the day. I've seen you at the Australia Day. You crashed the Indigenous thing there. And you filmed a bit of this and that over the years, and I've run into it at a few rallies.
Yeah, mate. We go back a couple of years, you and I.
Yeah. Here's your mate, Tim Wilms. He's shaved the mullet off. He loves your mullet. No, old Tim. He wants you to bring the mo back. There you go.
Right. In solidarity with Barclay McGann. Maybe I will.
I reckon everyone needs a good mustache. I feel like I'm attempting to grow a beard right now because I got, what have I got? Usually, you know, lead into summer, because come summer, it's that fucking hot. It'll be mustache all the way. Bang.
You're growing out the isolation COVID beard, mate.
Do you remember when they did that like meme and it was like tips on how to shave your face so a mask will fit on you? Did you see that one? No. And they had like the little Hitler mustache as one of them. Like there was like a mustache, a goatee, like all this shit. It was pretty fucking.
Whatever you do, you can grow out the Charlie Chaplin or whatever. Just don't grow a goatee. No one should ever grow
unless
a goatee.
You're Homer Simpson and you're like fucking got 3 hairs on the top of the head. Yo, we already got a super chat. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep. Cheers, mate.
You can pronounce all the tough words. This bogan is beyond me. Tim's growing a mullet. Have you heard the good news? I had him on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah, he's growing a mullet. He's got the chest hairs fucking sticking out. Mullet out the back.
Oh, boy.
Fucking everyone wants them these days. The whole gays, straights, everyone wants a bit of Tim Wilms now.
Tim Wilms, a.k.a. Fabio.
Yeah, he's going to fucking bleach it. He'll be right. Get the fake tan on, he'll be right. So, yeah, tonight we're sort of having a bit of look at the communist bat AIDS virus that's here to save the day. The mark of the beast.
That's it.
You know what I mean? We're all going to get... Did you see Scott Morrison with his lab coat on when he was in the lab? And he was like...
Was this today or yesterday?
I think it was yesterday. And it was like, it was just not a good look. Like, whoever fucking told him to put that lab coat on was like, they need help. I'm going to find it.
He needs to fire his media advisor because they've yesterday. Have they not heard the whole thing about boiling the frogs slowly? Yesterday they took their mask off and they just decided to put the butane torch underneath it. They're like, yeah, no, mandatory vaccines, or as mandatory as possible.
They quickly backtracked on that, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
Where is he?
They probably listened into everybody's phones, and everybody went home and they were fucking pissed off. They were like, "No, fuck no."
Yeah, the COVID safe app was like ding 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 ding, reading all your fucking texts and messages and
Yep.
recording your voice when you're like, fuck ScoMo, fuck these cunts. Everyone's just like getting hazy. I was like, oh fuck, we fucked up.
Half the country's like, I'm gonna go full fucking Ned Kelly before I get that jab, mate.
Yeah, someone commented. I did a fucking video and I said, like, I filmed myself and I said, like, hey babe, and my missus goes, you know, oh what? And I'm like, that fucking virus, the vaccine is the mark of the beast. Don't get it. And then, like, as soon as I posted it, someone said, like, I'll fucking shoot a cunt before I get shot in the arm with that vaccine. It was like the first comment I got. And I was like, that's a bit full on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's full on, but your body is sovereign under natural law. Like, they can't force you to put something in your body. But
yeah,
I predicted back.
Choice. You know,
my body, my choice,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about it earlier, but I predicted back in probably April. I didn't make a big deal about it, but I was saying to my friends, I'm like, you watch, you wait, and you see. They're going to make it like a OH&S. You're going to have the vaccine for OH&S if you want to go to work. If you want to get your free money from the government, you're going to have to get your jab. And now, even today, they said, if you want the job keeper, not the job seeker, the job keeper. All right, if you want that, you're going to have to get the jab. So, and what else? What else are they going to do? Oh, who knows? Here's a little prediction. If you want your tax return, you're going to have to get the jab. Sorry.
Yeah, because they mentioned the tax return. I seen it on Tracy, he was on fucking Today Tonight or Current Affair with Tracy Grimhaw. I think is that her name? I couldn't believe it. Like, we were watching the news last night, and then it goes like, we watched the news. They didn't really say much about it, and then fucking the Current Affair pops on, right? And then it's like Tracy Grimhaw and the fucking health minister, and they're talking about it. And I said to my missus, I was like, you know, a Current Affair and Today Tonight is the fucking shittest. It's insulting that they would talk about something so important on a Current Affair, because a Current Affair is a fucking joke, man. Like, it's a
people who
unironically
watch a Current Affair have like a sub 100 IQ. I think everybody, even the left and the right, can agree that that's the case. Yeah. They're appealing to the common denominator, the lowest common denominator, and they do so through fear. And that's a tactic that's been used by governments for as long as governments have existed. Fear, fear, fear. Let's get the Karens fired up. Oh, if you don't get the vaccine, then, you know, they've also weaponized the whole, if you don't work, then you don't have a say, you know. You know, if you want to get your no jab, no pay, that's what this policy is going to be called, basically.
Pretty hardcore, man. Because, like, if you're if you could just be like, well, fuck you, you know, I don't have to go to, if they wouldn't let you go to work, you know what I mean? This is the thing. Like, I can't go to work. I can't get the dole. I can't go anywhere unless I get me fucking mark of the beast. Like, it's bullshit. And I feel Christians are just like, it's in Christian culture to be weary of any kind of mark of the beast scenario. You know what I mean? Like, people take it, even if you take it metaphorically, the story of Revelations, like, it's still like metaphorical. Well, yeah, exactly. But maybe the non-Christians could be like, take it as an omen, take it as like a word of wisdom from the past, where people are, you know, echoing thousands of years in the past. They were like, hey, when your tyrannical government starts doing shit like this, it's the end times. Like, this is not good. This is not a good case scenario. So maybe the non-Christians could listen to it and take that interpretation and be like, this ain't good. It's not good shit when they
let's.
when they get a bit out of control, you know. With that
Hope you don't
word,
mind me. Hope you don't mind me whipping out my old King James Bible.
yeah, mate.
Just for a little bit of context. Let's go to Revelation 13:1-2. Now, I will preface this with I don't go to church. Like, not that you can go to church at the moment. Like, I haven't gone to church for years, but the Book of Revelation, I was raised on that, like the anxiety of the world ending, and then I hit my early 20s, and I was like, oh, need to make plans, and the world probably isn't ending. But now, like, I'm like, what? Maybe it is. Yeah, right. So,
right, them bastards.
Yeah.
We got some lemons donated, made in the USA. Review just donated
nice.
5 lemons. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. You.
Revelation 13:1. And I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast. Is this the one?
Sounds
no,
fucking good to
one.
me.
I'll have to. No, I've googled it and I've come across the wrong one. I'll get it later on. But basically, we can paraphrase it, and the mark of the beast is anybody who doesn't have the mark on their right hand or their forehead won't be able to buy or sell. This is from my memory.
So this is where, when they mention the doll, and they're like, you won't be able to get your doll. And then it's like, because I said to my missus the day before, I'm like, it seems like some mark of the beast shit going on, babe. And she's like, oh, but it has to be connected with money. And I'm like, yeah, true. And then we're like watching Grimhaw on A Current Affair. And then she's like, it could be, you might not be able to get your, I think she said, will you be able to do your tax returns? She listed a few things. And then the guy, the health minister's response was like, well, we will incentivize people to get it. And I'm not going to say much, Tracy, but we will incentivize people to get it. And it's like,
incentivize, yes, that means coerce.
Yeah,
that means coerce. Now, the other thing, since COVID has started, I remember 1 or 2 months ago reading ABC or whatever, that cash use has dropped in Australia by 50%. Because I don't want to use cash. Oh, it's filthy. And they're going to capitalize on that. I read an article about 2 days ago that the big 4 banks are closing branches in record numbers and removing ATMs. It seems like it's in anticipation for what they've been ramping up towards with the $10,000 cash ceiling on cash transactions. They're moving towards a cashless society. And crazy Alex Jones has been talking about this for 20 years. But he's crazy, right? He's crazy.
I fucking love Alex Jones. He's my hero.
He's great.
Don't say that too loud.
Okay, so I found the verse. It's actually 13, verse 16, yeah. And he causeth all, both great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And I don't know if you've covered the patent filed by Bill Gates for the microchip or the microdot tattoo that uses blockchain to mine Bitcoin or whatever. And so
that'll be the way that they can scan you, and then you go onto a blockchain, all your information, and they just store it all up.
You don't have to worry about ever losing your wallet ever again. How good is it? Right? Until you do or say something that the government deems as not woke enough. So all these people have been demonetized by PayPal or Patreon or whatever. That will be nothing compared to this. There'll be large portions of society that won't be able to feed their families because, that will be the alternative. Is like either you shut up and you can feed your family, or you can, take the hard road.
Move out to the country, get a lot of peaches. No. We're going to have to go hunting. Maybe it'll turn to Mad Max, and we'll be like,
I bloody hope so.
Get Mel Gibson on the phone and be like, how the fuck do we do this again? We should just start watching Mad Max, brush up on the Mad Max and be like, fuck, give me some tips. Nice. Dusty needs all the help he can get, you know what I mean? Well, we need to go to fucking Bridgestone tires, and we'll get all the old tires and cut them up into, they're like fucking clothing like made of fucking tires and shit. Be like, yo, shave our heads bald. Be like, oh, we'll shave our heads bald for Black Lives Matter in solidarity for Black Lives Matter. And then we'll go get all the tires from Bridgestone and we'll fucking make our fucking armor and shit. We'll get around. We'll be right. I'm pretty optimistic, Fuck the
I'm
shit.
Optimistic as well. Like I was saying to you the other night, I'm like, if they do incentivize this to be mandatory, I don't have any qualms about it. There's no question about whether you'll take the vaccine or not. I will not be coerced into taking a vaccine. The only way that I will be convinced to take a vaccine is if it's a tetanus shot and I need it. All right? Yeah. You actually need it. It's proven. It's being done for decades.
Ages and ages. So we don't really know if the fucking if this thing gets rolled out too quick and then you get your injection and then, maybe it's 10 years before you start getting the growth and you get like a little fucking head growing on your shoulder and he's like,
Well,
starts telling you what to do.
The virus sample that they're using, AstraZeneca is the pharmaceutical company based in Sweden, that's doing the trials for Oxford University. I sent you that article.
Was that the Bill Gates one? How he's... No, that's not that one. Bill Gates donated $750 million to AstraZeneca and the Oxford University thing to make 300 million vaccines. That's very, very generous of him. He's such a philanthropist, I never imagined that he would have any evil intention behind giving away. He still has heaps of money left over after killing all them African babies, after paying for all them abortions in Africa. He's still got money to give. How generous.
He just wants to give. He lives to give, Mr. Gates.
I can't trust the man who, I know he's not wearing his pink sweater in this picture, but, generally he's got the pink sweater on, and it gives me the shits. I can't trust the man who's he's worth billions of dollars and he's got no style. Who the fuck cut that hair? Get a fucking decent pair of glasses, man. Fuck. Yeah. There's no, go do something with yourself. Fix yourself up, Bill. Fuck. Even his missus should be pumped up full of fucking Botox and everything, and nothing. What a miserable prick. He probably doesn't even want to,
Well, the thing is, people are attractive not just for themselves, but for the benefit of the people around them, so that they're aesthetically pleasing. It shows that he doesn't even care. He's like, I'm worth so much money, I can look like shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
AstraZeneca. So when I saw that initial article yesterday, Scott Morrison talking about the Oxford trials, I saw the name AstraZeneca and I just was like, okay.
There it is. It is in that article. It says,
Quick Google search of Bill Gates and AstraZeneca, and that was the first thing that came up. I was like, oh, okay. So
it says Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation contributed $750 million towards the manufacturing and distribution, distribution of a potential COVID-19 vaccine developed by Oxford University. The funds come as part of a deal with British-Swedish pharmaceutical firm AstraZeneca. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Whose joint forces with organizations fighting to protect the world against infectious diseases like COVID-19.
He's a Marvel superhero, our Bill.
So what's the history with AstraZeneca? Have they got like a shady past or something? Or are they just...
I haven't done enough deep research into that particular firm. I only did like surface research, and that was the first thing that came up when I put the two names together. Because I knew, but I knew that there would be an association there. I was like, maybe he's a major shareholder or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he's fucking laughing. Of course, like, so he'll be like, maybe put a patent on the... I've heard people say like he'll patent it, and then he'll be like, yo, every time, for fucking... He'll probably be like, every 6 months you need this injection. Hopefully not.
No, well, actually, that was the thing that I saw today. The story about it, they were like, experts at Oxford have said that one vaccine won't be enough, that you'll need multiple vaccines to build up antibodies. And other people were like, yeah, because you get a flu vaccine, it lasts for 3 months before the antibodies run out. You get it just for the flu season. So this isn't going to be a one-hitter quitter, like end of COVID. No, this is just once they get people to comply, then there'll be the...
Yeah, maybe it's not the
constant
first
vaccinations.
Injection. Maybe we'll be like, okay, fine.
They'll chuck it in the 5th injection, and they'll roll it out at different rates.
Maybe the unemployment will be like 10% by Christmas, and I'll be like, fuck, Dusty's unemployed. I'm lining up at Centrelink. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, right, Dusty, ScoMo's giving you a Christmas present. You need to fucking get your free vaccine.
It's very generous that they're giving it away freely.
Yeah, and it might be like that, I get my first vaccine and it's all good, and I'm like, all right, mate, no worries, the first vaccine, I'm all good. Look at me, Dusty's still at the pub. Ha ha ha, I'm on the dole drinking goon every day. And like, praying to Jesus, everything worked out. But then it's every 12 months I need this thing now. And then, it only takes them... I don't take any vaccines right now. I don't take the flu shot. I don't get anything. So, like, what happens in 5 years?
Needles.
What happens in 10 years' time when some psycho environmentalist, climate change alarmist is like, we need to depopulate the planet. We're just going to sneak a little something in that vaccine and fucking sterilize everyone. I don't know.
Well, here you go. Have you ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones?
Oh, yeah, the Georgia Guidestones, yeah. And they want to depopulate the planet, don't they? I'll pull them up.
I think this is actually this is pretty telling about
who they are.
So nobody knows who funded the Georgia Guidestones, but there they are. That's their agenda written in stone.
The mysterious instructions. I'll pull up the article and...
Well, even
I don't know.
You
can read them out if you want, and I'll pull up the article.
Even just from the Wikipedia, there's the description for the inscriptions. There's 10 inscriptions.
Yeah.
The first is to maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. 2, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. 3, unite humanity with a living new language. Isn't that
what's that? How they can control the fuck out of it? Is that what that means?
Isn't that what caused the Tower of Babel to collapse? I'm sorry.
It is. It's bro.
We already have that. They better not make it Esperanto, because Esperanto is a fucking lame language.
Surely it's got to be English. Like, we're the biggest language there is. We're the most.
No, it's going to be Swahili or something. Everyone's going to have to be re-educated. Rule number
So
4.
it says, what's it say here? It says what? It says Georgia Guidestone, mysterious instructions for the post-apocalypse. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite, and be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. There's a really powerful vibe in here. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that just someone saying that, or is that etched on the stone?
Yeah, that's someone saying it. So I'll read out the other inscriptions. It's almost like they've done it like a 10 Commandments, because there's 10 different, and I'll also note that it was written in multiple languages on the stone: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, traditional Chinese, and Russian. So this is set up so that if shit hits the fan, people will find this and they'll just be like, "What the fuck?" The answer. Oh, this is the new Stonehenge. Rich people and their money, right? They bought the land, right? They bought the land to put the Georgia Guidestones down. Well, they didn't buy it. Actually, no, they did. They bought the land, whoever this shadowy, mysterious group is, nobody knows. Yeah. And they built the Georgia Guidestones, and then they gave a cattle rearing family on a neighboring property the right to graze on the property to, I guess, maintain it.
Yeah.
So it's just a field that people raise cattle on. It's nothing until people stumble upon it and go, it's like the monolith in 2001: Space Odyssey or whatever. Okay, so we'll get on to it. Rule number 4: rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. That's quite vague. Number 5: protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. That sounds fair enough. It's still references
unless you're a bogan who refuses to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
I want my dole check.
Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Well, yes, that'd be nice. Because what we have now is more and more onerous regulations. Balance personal rights and social duties. That sounds all right. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. That's the thing you were referring to. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature.
There you go. There you go. I mean, but reducing the population down to, is it 500,000 or 500 million? Yeah. So that's like a lot of us have to fucking get culled off in the to make that happen. Pardon me. Yeah. So old mate saying vampire frog reckons. Look up Jonas Salk. He knowingly gave people cancer with his polio vaccine. No shit. Let's look up that dude.
Yeah, look up Jonas Salk, and we'll get to the all the various experimentation that the Japanese and the Nazis and the US government did on their own populations and on other populations, because that's pretty relevant as well. Was it
American virologist? He looks like a fucking dweeb. The Salk Institute of Biological Studies, the discoverer of the polio vaccine. Is that who he is, eh? And unknowingly...
Well, he's touted as a hero from what I've heard, the guy who made the polio vaccine, because he released the patent and he gave it freely to everybody. So it'd be interesting to hear a competing narrative that actually knocks down that whole, oh, he's a hero.
I mean, I guess this...
I haven't heard about this. So.
Yeah, this article is probably just going to... I just pulled up the first article I found. So it'll just be like, the dude's a fucking legend. He's an American physician and medical researcher who developed the first safe and effective vaccine for polio. I guess this is not really going to say anything about him. It's just the...
yeah.
1947. So what, polio was big around the end of World War II, eh? Salk took a position in the University of Pittsburgh where he began conducting research on polio. By 1951, he had determined that there were 3 distinct types of polio viruses. He was able to develop kill the virus vaccine for the disease, and the vaccine used polio, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? What do they say? The shot given mostly to children, national testing expanded over the next 2 years, making it one of the largest clinical trials in medical history. Well, let's hope we get a fucking large
polio vaccines.
Trial.
Okay, so you're not going to see it on the Wikipedia article, so there's no point reading anymore. But I remember early Alex Jones documentaries where he was talking about, they did nuclear testing on U.S. troops. They put syphilis in the polio vaccines and gave it to black communities in America. That's triggered that memory for me. Yeah, no, they put other diseases in these things and they test them. They use like human guinea pigs. I wouldn't trust it. Like
they don't have a good history of it.
No, they don't. So the other things that I was sending you. Okay, so
there's one here which is the unethical experimentation in the United States.
There's a long list of that. A long list of unethical experimentation on.
And so, like, these people are all like, what do they call them? Social Darwinists. So they like, we're speeding up the evolutionary process. They're creating their They think that improving.
They're mad scientists, basically. They're mad scientists, if you want to dumb it down. I'm doing a great thing.
And fucking, they're wanting to speed up the evolution process, taking out the bad genetics. They're just like Hitler or fucking. I mean, they're all the same. Back in the day, they were all into this social Darwinist buddy, and it seems to me that the social Darwinists have just rebranded into the left wing, abort babies, fucking
the Americans
stuff where they don't want people having kids. They want to fucking abort anyone with like Down syndrome or any of them. Get that out of the fucking gene pool. Abort all the poor people. You know what I mean? Get rid of them.
How much money they can make off those dead babies? A lot.
Yeah, they love it.
Even newborn babies. So a human placenta, a baby's placenta, market value $50,000.
Holy fuck! Is that just all stem cells and shit?
There's a whole bunch of different stuff. There's cosmetic treatments. There's anti-aging. Hang on, I'll pull up the article because one of my friends.
I know One Nation has their new pro-life. Oh, it's not exactly pro-life, but they want to roll back the abortion laws. I've got a fly here. I'll just grab it. Fuck. Education policy. Maybe it's not on here. They just rolled out their new. It's not particularly anti-abortion, but it's like they want to make it illegal to abort in the outside of, I don't know, maybe the 3rd trimester. They don't want any abortions, and they don't want any. The babies you can't fucking harvest any of the organs. If a botched abortion happens, you have to give the baby fucking painkillers or some shit. Even before the abortion, they have to give it painkillers. And like all this stuff, which you think it like sounds so insane, that One Nation's policy. You're like, what? That's what you want to do? But it's like they're actually pulling it back. You know what I mean? And I don't even think the Liberal National Party has like a policy, or I don't know their policy. Like, it just seems fucking out of control.
Well, lost the battle in the short term in Queensland when it comes to abortion, and you and I were on the front lines of that. It's very sad that so many babies are being sacrificed on the altar of Baal. And the counter argument to this is, oh, well, what about the rapes? The rapes make up like 1% of abortions. The rest of are lifestyle choices. And there are people that make a lot of money. And you can look at that. If you look up placenta market value, you will find a placenta is worth $50,000 because they extract it, they make it into these different components, then they make it into medications, and then they administer these medications as people that take their cut all the way along the process. People don't even imagine, like the Chinese, right? They execute people in these mobile execution vans and extract their organs and fly them off to wealthy people overseas. Like
scum.
Absolute scum.
I guess, like, I don't know, like,
we're just cattle.
As a Christian, like, I'm listening to preaching all day and I'm listening to the Bible all day because, work's not too busy. I don't have to pay attention. I'm not putting anyone in danger by having my earphones in right now because there's not a lot on. There's not a lot happening. So I'm listening to some preaching. I'm listening to some good stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I got a hope beyond the grave. If shit hits the fan on Earth or drama and bad things happening, I'm not like going to be like, the answer is fucking extracting the DNA from an aborted baby and injecting it in my, fixing myself. That is the most fucked idea. Like, at least I think
these people are fearful. The elite are afraid. They're fucking terrified of death. That stems
because they're
from
scumbag goblins.
Because they're fucking evil, bro. Because they're fucking evil. If you've lived a good life and you know that you haven't trod on anybody to get where you are, that you have done the right thing by people who've done the right thing by you, you're not afraid of death. I'm not fucking afraid of death.
No.
Like,
I mean, love life.
It is what it is.
I love life, but there's like an optimism that there's more to this. And you're like, hey, man, I'm pretty sure there's more to this life. And I'm optimistic that maybe, I think like normal people.
Like, if you live a good life, then you don't have anything to be afraid of. That's the end of it. Like, as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, you have children, your children live on, you leave them a little nest egg. You teach them the best that you can, and that's beyond that. There's no point worrying. Like,
life's so quick, today's actually 12 years. It's a 12-year anniversary since me and my missus have been together. Not our wedding anniversary, so it's not like, because we've been married 8 years, but 12 years all up today. And how fucking quick does that go, man? Like, it goes so quick. That's like, I was like, damn, that was like my whole time at school. Even though I wasn't there much. But you know what? That was my whole time at school, man. 12 years. And I've spent that with my missus. And I said, geez, I've taught you and trained you into an amazing wife. I said to her. No. Took 12 years.
Cheeky bastard.
But damn, it goes quick, man. And like, I feel quick,
like life is a blessing, and it's a temporary blessing. There's no point in trying to prolong it past what is natural. I don't think. Like, it'd be cool to have cyber limbs and be all transhumanist or whatever. But if it means living forever, having your brain in a tube, and you're owned by some, wanker, billionaire, evil bureaucrat, whatever. No, fuck that. I'd rather die. I'd rather die, an old man.
Download you to Elon's fucking brain chip. You seen his brain chip he's developing?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just gonna be like drill a 20-cent piece in your head, and he's like, then we'll just wire up your brain,
Yeah.
And you won't even know. It'll be like a half an hour surgery. It'll be like that. And he's like, and potentially you'll be able to download your brain to the fucking internet or upload your consciousness. I reckon that would be, what would you be more scared of? Like transcending into the afterlife or uploading your conscious onto the fucking internet where there's like probably viruses that are like scarier than goblins.
Now you imagine some hacker gets access to your neurological data bank and then that would be literally hell. Imagine they can torture you forever in your fucking data bank. We've got your soul now. This is hell. That would be hell.
That's fucking hell, man.
Right.
Oh, Pat just donated an ice cream to me. Thanks, brother. He said, happy anniversary. We don't celebrate this one. We celebrate our wedding anniversary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, we kind of like, yay. And we're like happy about it, but we do celebrate the wedding anniversary now. But yeah, 12 years all up. Oh, and while we're talking about like pretty much the Matrix and getting unplugged, the fucking, you know, the new Matrix movie's coming out, or they're making it or something.
Yeah, they were saying that the original trilogy was an allegory for transgenderism, which is ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? An allegory for transgenderism.
One of the original creators, they were the Wachowski brothers, and now one of them is a Wachowski sister.
Okay.
They've said that the whole Matrix films were an allegory for transgenderism, and I don't see how that. I don't understand. Like,
I don't get it either. I thought it was like a metaphor for like Jesus or something, or being unplugged. You know, Christians sort of they take it like a Narnia story or that heroic story, and they'll be like, yo. But here's the story. I was reading this article today, and they were saying, right, they're not bringing Morpheus back, dude. They're fucking recasting Morpheus.
Are they going to make him like an Asian dude or
I don't know, man, but I swear I reckon it's pretty insulting that they are going to recast Morpheus. Like, I think it's like real kick in the guts, guys. Real kick in the guts. He did a fucking good job in that movie.
I can't see the film being successful, really. I just can't.
I mean, what did Wick get? John Wick's been... Yeah. I guess so. They should have done like a prequel or like a side story, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we already had like the Animatrix and all of that. It's just they want money. And this is the thing with all these reboots and like...
It's a good story. Like, I fucking love that. And it does get... you can go endless multiverses or endless timelines. You know, you can be like, oh, well... this was happening, you know, while Neo was doing that final thing where he got into the robot kingdom. He's like, this was actually happening on another place, or there's actually on the other side of the earth, there's another movement of people who are free too, and they're doing shit. Like, there's heaps of ways they can
parallel stories and stuff. Like, they can do that with like Lord of the Rings style or whatever. Yeah. There's lots within the law that they can work with, but I don't understand why they would recast Morpheus. They could just cut him out, right? But don't recast him, because that's like, man,
cut him out, but don't recast him. If they recast him, they've fucked up big time.
It's like if you're watching a soap opera, right? You're watching fucking Home and Away, right? Back in the day. And they change out a main character or one of the characters, and they just switch it out for a new actor, and they just expect you to not notice.
They just increase the fluoride in the water for a month, and everyone forgets about it, dude. It's like it didn't even happen.
They just go full, what's it called, Mandela
John
effect.
Wick killed them.
Mandela effect. No, this was the actor all along. You're misremembering. Yeah. 1984, like, no. Yeah.
It's just fucking pisses me off. Like, I'm pretty sure the last time we seen Morpheus, he was back in Zion. Like, yes, Neo, go do it. You can do it. You are the chosen one. And then it's just like, what are we gonna get the next one? And he'll be like, oh, Morpheus, and then he'll be like, oh, fuck.
I reckon the new Bill and Ted,
different guy.
the new Bill and Ted movie is going to get a better box office turnout than the next
Fuck
Matrix
yeah.
movie.
That's what we really need. The new Bill and Ted.
They should positivity, bro.
Oh fuck yeah, we need a bit of positivity. All right. When they come for us and they'll be like, try to fucking, you need your injection, Bogan. No. I was thinking of doing another banner because I've been doing a few banners, right? And I was thinking do a banner, do fucking COVID-19 vaccine equals number of the beast or 666. That anything will do. There's only so much.
What about COVID 666?
COVID 666 vaccine.
No. Just COVID 666. You keep it simple. So yeah, just keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
that's the rule.
That's the rule.
COVID 666.
I think I got to have COVID 666 vaccine. Get your COVID 666 vaccine. Because then it's like context.
No.
But it gives them enough to read between the lines.
People will understand the context with the simplified version. Yeah, I think you're underestimating people a little bit, mate. COVID 666, people will go, oh, fuck yeah, Mark of the Beast. They'll understand. Even atheists will be like, oh yeah, that fucking that album by that metal band in the 80s.
Oh, fucking Iron Maiden. That was a good track.
The mark of the beast.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Great album. My mate gave me that album. He was like, hey man, you should really listen to this album. And he gave me this album. And like 2 weeks later, he murdered someone. And I was like, that was a great album. And I was like listening to it like every day. I think he dropped out of school and got an apprenticeship. And we used to smoke weed together, but then he like got into ice. But he used to come past school and like pick us up in his ute, and then would go get pizzas at lunch, you know.
Yeah, just a chill bloke, you know, just chill.
Yeah.
Until we got on the ice.
Listen to this album, bro. Fuck, that's a really good album, but I have to say, like, Iron Maiden, fucking Number of the Beast album. Check it out. I've been listening to Spotify all day, or last few days actually. I like re-downloaded Spotify, and then I was like, for some reason there's no ads, so I don't know what the fuck's going on with Spotify. Are they giving free Spotify out at the moment?
No, because it must be a conspiracy, mate. They're trying to.
I reckon it is. It must be because I don't pay for Spotify, right? I don't pay. And the thing was like, it's like, go premium, sign up now. So that pops up, but I'm not getting any ads. I used to listen to, I'm a tight ass, bro. So I'm like listening to it. You listen to fucking 3 songs and then there's like a 20-second ad. You know, it'll be like,
they'll have 4 ads in a row where they're like, do you hate ads and interruptions? Me too.
Yeah. But I'm telling everyone listening to this, go listen to your Spotify right now. I'm telling you, there's no ads. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe Spotify is doing everyone a solid. Maybe they're trying to like distract us from the coming peril. You know what I mean? From the number of the beast, from the mark of the beast. But I'm thinking, get the banner. I'm thinking, you know,
COVID 666.
If I wrote COVID-19 vaccine equals 666, that's full context. See, people know what it says then. And then I go hold that up, and people will be like, oh my God, you're such a fuckhead. I hate you. Oh. And then, like, The Guardian will write an article or something, and they'll cry and carry on. And I'll be like, what?
And this is the fucking weird thing, right? Like, the far left, right? They have a name for the anti-maskers, the anti-vaxxers, COVIDiots, right? Oh, these COVIDiots. How dare they not, they accuse them of being fascists, but at the same time, when these fascists speak out against totalitarianism and government overreach, then suddenly whatever the government does to them is okay because they're not. This is the weirdest thing. Like, there's this page that I follow, some dickhead down in Melbourne.
Yeah.
There was that woman that was choked for not wearing a mask because she had
that was fucking awesome.
And his
I love
post,
seeing that. It was the best day of that cop's life. He was just like,
he
20 years on the job, choking that bitch was the best.
Now I get to choke a woman and feel powerful.
Were her feet like hanging off the ground? Her feet were like, they were like kicking in the air, like, oh, fuck.
It was.
You're choking me. I was surprised that she could talk, like that she could yell back. Actually, I was just like, wow, she's speaking perfectly clearly while he's choking her. That's like quite an amazing talent. Like,
I wonder where in the police manual. I wonder where in the police manual it says, like, if someone doesn't comply with an arrest, that you just put both hands around their throat and fucking throttle them. I don't think
that's the new thing, dude. It's like, you can't knee on anyone's neck, but they're like, oh, the new chokehold is the double-handed grip. Simply lift the fucking person off the ground.
At least make it a good, triangle chokehold. Just fucking go in for that. You don't need.
Clearly, it didn't have any effect on her butt because she was just like, "Fuck you,
don't."
And he slammed her on the ground.
But
you're hurting her, mate. You're fucking hurting her.
But the thing is, like, from what I heard, she was an asthmatic who was allowed an exemption. I didn't see what happened preceding that. She seemed to be pretty antagonistic, or she was like spitting and kicking or whatever. But
yeah,
I'm not justifying what the cops did to her at all. What I thought was interesting was this page being like, we don't know if she's an anti-masker or not. In other words, they're reserving judgment on whether or not it's okay for the police and the state to choke women. We're reserving judgment until we know if she was an anti-masker or not. If she was an anti-masker, then it would be okay. Is the implication.
Yeah. I want to do like my own Wikipedia and be like Dusty Bogan anti-masker and all these ridiculous names. I'm just gonna fucking list of fucking stupid names. What did they call it? COVID weirdo. What was that name you said? COVIDiot. That's fucking definitely going on. I need to like put that on my thing. COVIDiot, anti-masker,
anti-vaxxer, pro-choice.
Fuck yeah, yeah. Christo-fascist. That's my favorite. I always say I wear like whenever it rains, I slap on my budgie smugglers. I wait for puddles to start growing up. Like, there's a puddle, and I just wait in the bushes for like a jogger to run past, and I baptize them. Jesus' name. That's Christo-fascism, bro. You forcibly baptize people. Fuck them,
My favorite Jesus quote was the one where he says, all who oppose the Lord should be crushed beneath an iron boot. I think that was in the book of Luke, where he said that. Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't think I ever read that one.
No, because it's not in there. Because Christ wasn't a fascist. It's all about love, and these people don't understand love. They project their hatred out towards other people. They hate themselves, and they hate so many things, and they project it.
But they have no morals. They have
No.
no morals, and they wouldn't protect you from doing anything stupid. Like, they'll be like, well, that's his choice. Are you discriminating against his choice to fucking ruin his life? Like, I seen some posted, some black bitch, and it was on Telegram. I've screenshotted it, and she's like, I am refusing to use the word criminal. Criminal is a word that is invented to, it was like,
imperialism and colonialism. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a form of oppression, and it's a
Crime is
manipulation.
a social construct.
And you're just like, what the fuck, bitch? Wait till some cunts, like, bitch probably has like a brand new iPhone, and she's like, oh my God, my fucking Centrelink's come through. I'm getting the new iPhone. And then bang, someone bogan just runs past and steals the fucking iPhone off the bitch.
Suddenly I believe in crime.
Criminal. Starts abusing everybody. Carrying on.
Did you see that that guy in Portland getting kicked by the security guy?
Oh, I must have missed that one.
Andy shared the videos. It was a guy who stood in, he jumped out to defend a person who was being attacked by the mob.
Oh, yeah.
And they, attacked him, whatever. And he got in his truck and he revved the engine, honked the horn, get out of the way. And they're like, oh, get out of the way. He was trying to run people over. And he was stationary. He was clearly being like, get the fuck out of the way, trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
He drove away, and they must have tried to block the street. You couldn't see what happened, but he's crashed his truck. And he's like, I was just trying to get away without hurting anyone. And they're like, no, fuck you, you racist piece of shit. And while they've put him on the ground, right? They've put him on the ground. They're like, sit your racist white ass down. And this guy's like fucking punching him in the head while he's on the ground. And he's just like, I was just trying to get away without hurting anybody. And the crowd kind of semi-disperses, and this same guy that was punching him just does a running drop kick to the side of his head, cracks his fucking head on the pavement. And they're like, yo, this nigga dead. Yeah, well, I have heard he's dead. I don't know if he is or not. One of the guys in the chat saying that he's dead. It's
wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. And Andy No was there and filmed it, or he just shared?
No, I think he's just shared it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that he shares all this shit, because like people kind of now recognize him, and I see Tim Pool, he'll share shit out to Tim Pool. Tim Pool shares it, and then hopefully like Rogan sees that shit and then shares it again. And then at that point, everyone gets to see this shit and goes, these people are fucking animals.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we're going to come and terrorize you in the suburbs and wake your white asses up. Like, no, don't fucking, well, they will eventually once they take over the city. As we know, these rioters, they're majority white. They're majority white. They're just angry uni students, college students who want to feel powerful. How many of them are drugged up, coked up, then just like on a power trip? They're just like, oh, I get to stop traffic. I get to, label somebody a racist or a fascist and beat them up. And the media won't say shit about it because they don't want to be on the wrong side of history. It's fucked. But I think the comment,
they must think they think like life owes them something, or that life is going to be easy. Like, look, I think life is great, and I have a great life. We can all have a great life. That doesn't mean it's not hard. Like lifting weights is hard. Like lifting weights, you're like, fuck, it hurts, it burns. It's like, oh fuck, you're lifting the weights, but you reap the reward of doing the difficult thing. Like life is difficult and challenging, but rewarding. And then that is good. That is joy-filled. That is, you know what I mean? When I'm finished a day of concreting and I build something and I'm like, yep, and I get my paycheck every week and I make an honest living, I'm like, you know what? That was fucking hard, man, but it's rewarding and fulfilling and it's good. It's challenging, but I reap the reward from it. And these people feel like they're left behind. But I don't see these cunts I'll tell you what, bro, we hire people with tattoos on their face. We don't give a fuck who they are. Any of these cunts could go and work at a concrete company. They'll get a job tomorrow. These hard done by African Americans or whoever they are, the Aboriginals here who come, we'll give you a go. We will give you a go. We don't give a fuck. If you're going to help me and make my job easier, we do not give a fuck. But the thing is, it's hard work. It's hard. It's rewarding. And you have fun. But they don't want to do it, man. They prefer to be victims and fucking burn down and riot, carry on like fucking losers. Because it's a loser mentality, man.
It's a loser mentality, but they're given a license to do it by the media establishment. And that's the even more fucked thing. They run the license. Yeah, they run interference like if these, like that little 5-year-old white child that was shot in the head by a unprovoked. Well, clearly a 5-year-old's not going to fucking provoke you. This dude just rides past, blows. I
didn't even read it, man. It was too disgusting. I was just like,
no.
Let's stay away from that.
And then there's, the comments just like, oh, that'll teach that future white supremacists. Like, yeah, where's your white privilege now? Splattered on the pavement, you little white. Like, you got to take a break from this shit, man. You got to take a break from this shit.
That no one who lives their life with that kind of mentality is going to be having like, our brain is like deferral of gratification, wired up to reward you for these things. It's if you volunteer or you give $1 out of your pocket, your brain is wired to reward you for that. When you act like a fucking piece of shit, they are not going to get the internal reward. Like their brains, the pathways of their brain, their personal happiness, their family, their culture, their community is going to be hell on earth. They're creating hell on earth. And like they will reap the reward in this life and the next for their fucking shitty attitudes and behavior. It's just like, that's a fact.
They want to share their shit existence with other people forcefully. And
it's the white man's culture. Did you see that American History Museum? And they were like, white man's culture. And they listed like working hard, family, like discipline.
Those evil values.
Like all these values. And it's like, they're like, if you're
actually
in tune
racist
with
to say that, because
like if you're in tune with the way reality works, every one of us will adopt them principles and be like,
anybody who adheres to a natural law will follow those values. You work hard, you reap the benefits of your labor. It's not a white thing.
No.
There are people from all races who adhere to these natural law values. You have a family, you work hard, you fill your belly at the end of the day, you enjoy life where you can. Life's not going to be easy. It's always going to be hard. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's hard. But you don't expect other people to make your life better. You don't tear down other people to make your life better.
No. Have a go. Put your best foot forward.
Have a fun
I feel like my boss, man, I fuck things up. I make mistakes, but I've got to have a go attitude, and I'll have a laugh and I'll put my best foot forward and I'll be like, yeah, mate, I'll have a go. I'll have a go at that, bang. Or I'll be like, I'm doing this. Oh, hey, mate, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm building this on my property or my home, or, oh, my radiator broke or this broke on the car. I'll have a go. And he knows, like, he'll be like, I've seen this dude fuck things up all the time, but he'll be like, oh, good on you, mate. Like, good on you for having a go. He knows, like, I'll have a go. I'll have a go at changing my radiator, servicing the car, installing, new lights, new taps, whatever I can do myself. I'll DIY it myself. I have a crack at it. And then he knows, like, whatever there is to do at work, he'd be like, oh, Ben will have a crack at that. He'll have a go. And then the next minute, I'm doing it fucking at a, a profitable fucking level. But it's like, just have a go. People, I feel like these people out there riding, maybe they have like a, they feel like you can't have a go. They're afraid to fail. Every time you have a go, you're like failing while getting better at it. And you're just improving how to do it. You're fixing up, you're learning, and you're improving, and you have a go. And it's like this thing in the mindset where they just don't have a go. And then when you're having a go, people are going to be like, you fucked that up, you're an idiot. And like, that's life. But keep pushing forward, and then you get it right. You master it, you hone your skills.
I think that I wouldn't call it systematic, but I think the way that society has developed and the economy has developed due to regulation has drastically impacted the ability of people to have a go. And I'm fortunate that
too much red tape and regulations and shit.
Too much red tape, yeah. People can't just go have a go because they've got to do an induction, you got to do this and that, and then you get railroaded, right? You have to know what you want to do before you even have a go at it, because you have to spend, the employer has to spend money, or you have to spend money to do that thing. Like, can you build your own house? No, you have to go through council. You have to make sure it's all to regulation. So there is these onerous regulations which have really drastically impacted the ability of the common person to have a go. And I think that's part of the problem.
Do you reckon that's like, tied to insurance companies? Like, I feel like it's like the banks lend the money, and then the insurance company has to insure it. So they're like, it needs to be to the standard. So it's like, and maybe, when we have a high standard, we have good quality shit, because it's getting built properly, and when it's insured, and like, we get it, but there's got to be a mechanism to let people have a go. Like, intern, I know Tony Abbott said people on
expensive, right? Why are houses so expensive? Back in the day, the Greeks would just like get all their families together and just build a fucking house, and then they'd build another, and they'd build another. They didn't have to go through council and go through, weeks and weeks of filling out paperwork. They just go, oh, we want to build a house, we build a house, and it stands up, so that's good enough. I'll get my buddy who's an electrician to do it. That's the Australian dream, but the Australian dream's fucking dead, bro. It's dead.
Well,
killed by amalgamated councils.
Yeah. I think like, I feel like people can do it, but you need to you need to be consciously self-motivated, and you need like a community of people to really fucking back you up. Like, you need to have a good family, and you need to really back people up to fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people have backed me up, and like, it's perseverance and fucking have a go, and you can fucking do it. People can do it. Like, I mean, I've done it, bro. I finished school, and like, when I was in high school, bro, I snapped all the tendons on my foot, and they were like, it was like this, bro. My foot was
that
locked
when you
up.
stepped on a nail?
Nah, playing rugby, footy, and like, I played rugby, finished the game, got home, and then I must have just walked to the fridge, and then it just went bang. And like, my toes are like this, bro, locked in place. Couldn't move them, and it was like pins and needles. And the doctor, bro, I was only young. The doctor was like, there's nothing we can do for you. And I was like, I'll just suck it up, right? And I waited like 3 years until I moved suburbs. I went to a different doctor about maybe 2.5 years later. And I went in there to get like antibiotics because I had the flu. And the doctor goes like, why are you limping, by the way? And I was like, oh, it's all good, man. My last doctor told me there's nothing they can do for me. And he's like, give us a look. And he was like, and he's like, you're booked in. You'll be like 6 weeks time or something. You'll have surgery. And I was like, no shit. But like, So I remember finishing school, bro. My foot was like this. I had a limp. I could barely fucking spell. I was, I wasn't really. I was like, fuck. I felt like I just worked this shit.
On the agenda.
We will get back on the agenda.
Tiger King.
There is the Tiger King
forever tonight. I'm gonna go out for a Darry, mate.
We got the Tiger King. He's they pulled down his farm, the bastards. And here's the moral of the story about this dude. You know this cunt here who took over the Tiger King's farm? I don't know if you follow it.
Yeah, I've seen the doco.
Yeah. So this dude who like came in to bail out Joe Exotic, right? He took over the farm, and then he even finally he's given the farm over, and like I think it's called PETA or something, PETA, the animal rights activists. They're like taking over the farm or some shit. They've finally
Carol
forced
Baskin wins finally.
Yeah, Carol Baskin wins, bro. So the thing is, this dude, he was going to give the farm to Carol Baskin, bro. He was going to give it to her. But PETA or PETA or whatever that fucking animals rights activist, they pounded him and hounded him and dogged him that he just gave in to them. So, Joe Exotic was right, man. Joe was like, fuck, these people will destroy you. This dude thought he was going to, he dogged Joe Exotic. He rubbished Joe Exotic. The story is,
don't trust a man with such shitty fashion taste.
Yeah, this guy's another shitty fashion taste person. He's a fucking scumbag. All these people who just can't dress normal. I don't know what's up with the bandana, but it's not fucking good, man. I know his missus is all good, but
he's wearing a goatee. Notice that? Remember, I denounced goatees earlier in the show.
Anyone with the goatee, bro.
You just don't fucking trust him.
Don't fucking trust them, man. Exotics Cat Zoo, made famous by Netflix. Tiger King is permanently closed. In Facebook post to the page of the now named great, whatever his fucking name is, whatever it is, winning, whatever it is, exotic
Jeff
animal
Lowe,
park.
that bastard Jeff.
Yeah,
Lowe,
Jeff fucking Lowe, owner Jeff Lowe, said the zoo is closed to the public effective immediately. I thought it was always closed. And where the fuck does it say that he gave it over to the? Here it is, David, whatever his name is. A representative of PETA told the NME that rare step of a license suspension follows another unprecedented move by the USDA in June. It halted its unexpected
Department of Agriculture.
Yeah. It ordered Lowe to seek immediate veterinary care for a juvenile lion who was lying in the mud. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Depressed and ill. PETA Foundation, Deputy General Counsel of Animal. Who gives a fuck? The moral of the story is PETA's come in there and they've finally fucking won and shut the fucking zoo down. And I think this dude dogged Joe Exotic. He fucking dogged him.
Yeah.
He ratted him out to the world. He made him out to be paranoid and blah, 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 blah. And now they've come after him. He turned on Joe.
All the man wanted to do was just have his tiger plantation, his tiger farm. That's all he wanted.
He just wanted to have his tiger plantation, brother. And the thing is this is the thing. Look, I'm a Christian. I'm not big on the gays, but he's probably the most likable gay person I could imagine. I said to my missus, apparently this dude's a raving homosexual. I don't know if I want to watch his Tiger King, but I'm watching it and I'm
he's so
he's a legend. He's American.
Guess fucking what? You got another thing coming, Carol Baskin. I'll blow your fucking head off, bitch.
I reckon these animal people are they probably could help us all get through this communist bad AIDS a whole lot better. Like if Steve Irwin and Tiger King were, if they were here,
don't break my heart.
If they were both here, we would all probably be like, would have a bit more wisdom and love in this world. There's something, there was some glue there to bring us. There's a bit of hope and a bit of love there, you know?
Have you seen the memes of the girls when they travel back in time versus boys when they travel back in time?
Yeah.
One of the ones I saw was like boys when they travel back in time pointing the pistol at a stingray.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We got save Steve Irwin, save the world. Oh,
yeah. What a legend. Do you reckon he would have been coerced into this environmental stuff, or do you reckon he'd be fair and balanced?
He always had a unique perspective on it. He didn't fall into all of these lobbies.
Because he probably knew they would come after a zoo or something. Maybe he knew they would come after his zoo. And
he understood that the best way to protect animals was to give them sanctuaries. And like he bought tracts and tracts of land to preserve it. He actually put his money where his mouth was, and that's why we loved Steve.
That's fucking good as gold.
All these fucking groups like Peter don't care about fucking animals. Fuck Peter.
It's a virtue signal.
They put so many animals to death every week in America on these animal sanctuaries where they just like humanely gas them to death. Right? It's fuck Peter. That's all I'm gonna say. Look into it yourself, but like they don't care about animals. They're fucking scum. Yeah. I miss Steve Irwin.
I love chicken nuggets too much to give a fuck about what Peter has to say.
This one's for you, Steve-O, mate.
Fucking Steve-O.
Fucking.
I love it when people like. I feel like Steve was a practical man, and he did what he was just a doer. He probably had no time for politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I kind of believe. I'm like, happy to.
I watched his movie recently. Have you watched his movie?
No, I haven't watched it.
You got to watch his movie.
Yeah, I should fucking watch it. It should be on Netflix.
It's corny, but it's so. I think it is. Yeah.
No shit. That'll be a fucking good one.
It's great.
I should rip it off and like
Magda Sabansky in it before she became woke.
Oh yeah. I should like stream it on D Live because I don't know if they have copyright laws on D Live. You could just like watch it and commentate on it or something. You know? Take the piss.
What's it called? The Crocodile Hunter Collision Course 2002. That's the one.
No shit. That's fucking. Oh gosh.
It's like what's the other one? Kangaroo Jack. There's another Australiana film from the early 2000s. Computer-generated animated kangaroo with attitude.
The copyright laws are almost done on that. You'd be able to just rip it off and do a new voiceover for that movie.
Crikey. All right, so what's the next one we're looking at? COVID-19 pandemic will be over by the end of 2021, says Bill Gates.
Oh, yeah. Where the fuck
We've talked a lot about that issue.
Yeah. I've got, do you know Bluey, the kids cartoon? Bluey's like, have I got it right here? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're unaware of Bluey, the kids' cartoon. They've pulled two episodes off for being racist. Two Bluey's episodes pulled off the ABC for racist connotation. They reckon the word they're looking at and they're saying is racist. Let me fucking find it. They're like, it's problematic with Indigenous Australians. I don't know. It's Ooga Booga. Ooga Booga. Ooga Booga. And like, Bluey is the fucking maddest cartoon, bro. It's made in Brisbane City. and it's
I
full.
recognize it now that you show it, but I haven't
Yeah,
touched it because I don't know little ones yet. So
ooga booga. I haven't heard that in ages. Like, what's ooga booga? You just like ooga booga, like a scaring a baby or something. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And now they're like, no, we have to pull 2 episodes. We're gonna have to like destroy
Well,
the
did you see
internet.
that? Did you see that other fucking cartoon where they're like, "Oh, it's the first Disney cartoon where one of the main character is bisexual." Excuse me, what the fuck? It's a kids' cartoon.
That's
What?
disgusting.
It's a kids' cartoon. You don't talk about that kind of shit until
I
they get
just,
to like the end
I
of
don't
primary
even
school.
know. Usually, I find out about this shit when my gay friends are so disgusted in it that they post it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I swear to God, not even the gays like this shit. No one likes this shit. Everyone thinks it's fucking ridiculous. I swear to God, Aboriginal people who are like probably, they wouldn't even know that 2 episodes of fucking Bluey have been pulled off. They'd be like, ooga booga. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? They want to throw a fucking spear through this cunt's leg for his insulting them. Like, that's like for saying that like Aboriginal people get insulted about every little thing. Do you think Aboriginal people even give a fuck about this?
Well,
like, it's just
like
ridiculous.
it's like when they pulled fucking Cocoa Pops because their mascot was a chimp, and so they're saying that they made the association themselves. Like no one was saying that the Cocoa Pops mascot was a black person, but clearly a black person's come along and been like, I'm going to be offended by this because
it was probably a white person who was offended by it, bro. Like some fucking vegan who was just
you're
like
calling yourself a monkey, like you're creating that association.
Wasn't it the rice bubbles as well? Like crack, snap, crackle, and pop. They're like, it needs to be diversified. One needs to be Hispanic. One needs to be a black Muslim.
With the rice bubbles, or it's racist.
Crack is like literally like an African American Muslim who's a crackhead. Snap is like a fucking transgender Latino
who just decides that they're a different gender every other week.
Yeah,
snap.
You could every box of cereal you get, it's just fucking snack, crackle, and pop are like fucking different every time. That's the way it is now. You have to.
Pop would be a person who's age diverse, who's people who are
pop
who say that they're a trans age
ageist or something.
No, it's a person who's like 13 who claims that they're 70.
Yeah.
I'm trans age.
That's right. Them bastards.
Have you seen the I don't know if you can play it on the stream. The latest Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War trailer.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Is it weird and gay?
No, it's actually fucking awesome.
What's it called? Sorry?
I've just sent you the link to it. It talks about. Can you play it on the stream? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I can play it.
Yeah,
sure.
I can play it. It's great.
Let me find it.
Trust me on this.
Here we go. Fuck. Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, eh?
Yeah.
You fucking beauty. I think me and my missus had an argument last night about the Vietnam War, and it was like, she's like, what would have you? She's like, oh, people would do anything not to go to war, like to not get conscripted, and like she was like, people did anything to get out of being conscripted to going to Vietnam. I'm like, I would have loved to go into Vietnam and killed some commies. She's like, no, you wouldn't. I'm like, yes, I would. I would like that.
Do you even know me?
12 years, woman, 12 years. Here it is. I think it's the right one. Yeah, all right. Here, it should be right. I think our sound might be off. I don't know. Oh shit! This is the one, right?
Understand what's going on around you. You are in a state of war, and you have precious little time to save yourself.
No shit. This game's come out at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's red pilling all the gamers in time.
Is a slow process which we call active measures. The first stage being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. The next stage is destabilization. What matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. The next stage is crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, period of normalization. This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C. who will promise.
This is a trailer for
loads of
Black
things.
Ops.
Never
This isn't
mind
a
whether the
documentary.
promises are fulfilled or
This
not.
is fucking awesome. Is this the right one, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's that Yuri, what's his name?
Mm-hmm. Talking about red pilling.
But makes me want to get a bloody PlayStation. Bang.
The
Keeps
time bomb
going.
is ticking. With every second, the disaster is coming closer and closer. The danger is real.
Bang. Call of Duty, Black Ops,
Call
Cold
of
War.
Duty.
Fuck.
How fucking good is that?
That is good as gold.
It's
Dang.
not a documentary. This is just red pilling the gamers. Like, this is what's happening to your country. Like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later. Like, you thought the Cold War ended. Nah, fam.
Yeah, we're definitely in the fucking Cold War is raging hot, let's say. And we've got
Yeah,
fucking
whatever.
we got more than the fucking communists who hate us now. We got the Muslims and everyone. The Muslims, the Jews, the fucking commies. We got the atheist snakes inside the Garden of Eden who are trying to fucking rot the fucking poison the well.
Did you see a reporter asked Donald Trump today as well about whether he was trying to save the world from pedophile elite or whatever, and he addressed it. He answered the question, and on the same day, as this Black Ops trailer came out, and Donald Trump said that, the FBI tweeted. Did you see what the FBI tweeted?
No, what they tweeted
the protocols of the elders of Zion, the learned elders of Zion. The FBI fucking tweeted that shit.
So how the fuck? Why did they tweet it? Because they archived it on their website or
They
something.
archived it and then they shared a link to it. Why did they do that? I'm not going to comment, but that's
Is
interesting.
it because Trump's there and he's like, yeah, I want to save everyone from the pedophile fucking ring. Then this game comes out, then FBI leaks that. So it's just like maybe the Q thing's right. I don't know.
It's just interesting that it all.
Maybe Trump had like a bit of a plan to push back. Like maybe we're going to see an increase now in the lead up to the election where shit's going to stabilize.
Escalate. Oh yeah.
Well, it's going to
escalate
from the left. The left is going to try escalate shit, but he needs to stabilize shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fiercely. I mean, the funny thing is life seems pretty good to me. Life seems all good to me. I'm fucking happy. Everyone, I think everyone's going pretty good, but
everyone's going pretty good. But it's that things being good is balanced on a razor blade.
I guess it's like the revelation.
How many people are in debt? How many people are in deep debt? Most people. It just they're trying to tinker and tweak and keep things just good enough to maintain order. It can't last. They can't just shut down huge portions of, like, okay, so here's an example, right? The place where I live, we won't tell the viewers where I live, right? Don't dox me, bro.
No.
There was a nice farmer's market where you could go and get produce at, like, decent, good produce from local farmers, cheaper than Woolworths and Coles. I haven't seen them open for 6 months.
Wow.
Woolworths and Coles are still doing fine. Bunnings is still doing fine. All the big businesses are doing just fine. But all the small businesses, yeah. Well, it's all, yeah, bang, done.
And the stock market's like fucking booming now. That's like the strangest thing. You're like, what the fuck's going on? There was an article I was reading, and it's about the $1 trillion that they're going to invest into bringing back the they want to bring back fucking manufacturing, and they're like, the companies are looking at investing $1 trillion to fucking reinvest and bring back the boost up the supply lines and all this. And I was kind of like, fuck, is this a reason why the share market? I mean, I know the share market's obviously propped up with JobKeeper and JobSeeker, and everyone's forced to only shop at the big corporations. So, you know what I mean? The mum and dad family-owned small-owned businesses are struggling, while the corporations, everyone's has to buy from there now. So it's going to make those share prices go up.
Well, think about when they get rid of cash. Where are people going to be able to shop?
It's going to be fucked.
That's going to be the ham. That's going to be the nail in the fucking coffin for small business.
Once the cash goes, I think that's when we're really looking at some mark of the beast shit, bro. We're like really funneling into like the place where you don't want to go. You know what I mean? I just say to people, listen to the omens. Take it as an omen. Take it as wisdom of the past. If you don't believe that you know, there's going to be the apocalypse and the 4 horsemen, and there's going to be a rapture. If you're like, I don't believe that, well, let's just take it as I believe that. But the thing is, if you can't stomach that, take it as an omen. Take it as a wisdom from the past. And understand that, like, these people in past time, when they penned the book of Revelations, they were living under some pretty fucking terrible, tyrannical systems of control. And they were like, when they start to fucking control, when they give you a mark and you can't buy and sell without it, it's time to run to the hills and don't turn back to grab your coat, man. Just keep on fucking running. That's what they reckon. And I think we got to listen to the wisdom of the past there. You know what I mean? Don't write it off.
When slavers take a slave, they tattoo them in a visible way. It says, "This is my slave." Yeah, it's been going on for thousands of years. Humans have been farmed by the elites for thousands of years, but now they've got it down to a very fine art. You know, Dan Andrews has drones in the sky monitoring people that can read license plates from 500 meters away. He was even looking at fucking spy planes in the air.
What a fucking weird cunt.
And
Tim Wilson said this on Tuesday, and I was like, what do you mean there's drones fucking reading people's
I saw the
plates?
it's like Channel 7 yesterday was talking about it. And then all these fucking, you know, Karens are like, oh, well, I don't have anything to hide, so I have nothing to fear.
Fuck the drones. I'll be got me fucking get the aluminum foils. Fuck the toilet paper, bro. There should be aluminum foil fucking shortages. I'll be like, fucking line me ceiling of my house. You come around, bro, and there's fucking aluminum foil everywhere, lining the
make
roof.
a toilet paper hat. I'm gonna make myself like a nice top hat out of toilet paper mache. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and then wrap it in fucking aluminum foil for double protection. You know, they'll think you're crazy, but underneath that hat is like gold, shit paper gold. Yeah, so I wonder about this, but like the US and European firms face $1 trillion in cost to relocate that Chinese supply chain. Do you think they're going to actually spend that $1 trillion? Like, I think they're saying that's over a long period of time.
Well,
they're saying reports reveal that the pandemic has caused 80% of global sectors to face supply chain disruption, forcing over 75% to widen the scope of their existing re-shorting plans. I'm telling you, they're going to have to.
The Japanese have already done this. They've incentivized it. And admittedly, it'd be much cheaper for the Japanese to relocate their plants from China to Japan because it's less distance, obviously.
And maybe they have better machinery and automation now that it could probably be like viable, where 10 years ago it probably wouldn't be as viable. Like now with the new technology, maybe a company can re-kit and retool and be like, you know what, with the technology, with the machinery, with automation, we can relocate it here. We won't, maybe there will be more jobs, but it won't be like, it's going to be a lot of automation, let's be honest. Yeah. Like even if these companies relocate and spend it, if they spend $1 trillion, there's going to be a lot of automation. It's going to be like 4X Brewery, where this beer I drink, I think 45 people work at the factory now, and that includes like the pub, security, the fucking. That's nothing. That's nothing, bro. I think my local McDonald's hires more people than the 4X Brewery now. Like dead set. I bet you my Macca's has more than 40 people on the payroll, bro. All them teenagers. I reckon we should wrap this up, but we're rolling into over an hour and a half. Thanks for coming on, brother, and I totally appreciate it. I reckon we did bloody well. You got to go have your smoke. I kept you fucking 10 minutes longer than I was supposed to.
You got me fucking climbing up the walls, mate.
Yeah, mate.
I gotta go have me fucking dairy, bro.
That's right. What do you smoke? Is it Winnie Blues or not?
Champion.
White Ox. Champion. There you go. That's the good stuff.
Good stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's been really good chatting with you tonight. And for everybody out there, keep your spirits up. Stay positive. Have a good laugh. It's been a good laugh this evening. Stay spiritually strong. I think that's the big takeaway from the last 6 months or whatever. People are losing their fucking minds. Like, the world's a dark place, but there's so much beauty to be found. I've taken a painting. See, here's a painting that I've done.
Oh, beauty.
I've gone fucking full Bob Ross, mate. You gotta find something positive as an outlet. Spend time with your family, hug your family, tell them you love them. Love your enemy. So, anyway.
That's right, mate. We've got to build the spirit up, and we could come out of this stronger than ever if we play the cards right. You know what I mean? If you build the spirit up, you'll fucking come out of this a powerhouse. But that's if there is a fucking exit hole to this fucking mess that we're in.
Who knows, mate? We've only got today, but anyway. God bless everybody for watching.
God bless everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, eh? Thanks, D-Live. Thanks for the lemons, and thanks for the super chat. Cheers, eh?